within you, your truest aspect of yourself, the most divine aspect of yourself, the you that you're trying to tap into when you're trying to uncover all of these layers of the ego and the mind, the truest core aspect of you is the infinite fucking creator, man. Do you guys get that? You guys are as powerful as God. Like literally. You have the same creative potential. And then what you need to do is bring your mind into alignment so that you can act out the full potentiality of your creative power. Do you see that? Because if your mind is like steering the ship, dude, if your mind's all over the place, and if you believe in bullshit about yourself, like I'm a piece of shit, I'm nothing, I'm no good, I can't possibly do this, I can't possibly be this, I can't achieve this. If you limit yourself, right? Limiting beliefs, that's all bullshit, limiting beliefs. Fine, label it whatever you want. But in my mind, they're just lies. It's very binary, guys. Just lies and truth. And when you see the truth, you automatically eliminate all the lies. It's very simple. You don't have to label it a bunch of different shit like limiting beliefs and like the shadow and doing shadow work and all this different nonsense that this modern new age psychobabble stuff comes up. It's all nonsense. Get rid of it all and get to your truest core self. And in there is the creative fucking power, man. Like, do you guys understand how infinitely powerful you are? The same power that is endowed to the Lord, the creator of the universe, the all that is, the feminine goddess, the masculine powerhouse, all of those things you embody regardless of your sex or gender or whatever you want to call it. You embody all of that. It is within you. It is outside of you. And when you bring those aspects into balance, as above, so below, as inside, so outside, just very basic spiritual understandings, when you finally get it, and I'm not just saying you get it on the level of your mind. You're like, oh, yeah, I've heard of that, and I may or may not buy into that. I don't know. Is that really true? If there's anything, any little bit of doubt, any little just seed, the tiniest, just small doubt, eliminates the whole potentiality of it. You must fully believe. You must fully have faith. It's also binary, guys. You either believe or you don't. You're like, yeah, okay, whatever, Darius, dude. Whatever, bro. You're fucking delusional, man. Like, oh, you're talking crazy. Oh my God, we're crazy. We're getting crazy here. Oh my God, he's gonna pull me into a cult. Oh, these believers. Oh, what does he believe in? How could you possibly believe in God? Oh my God. Oh, it's so woo, all this stuff. We have science today. Who needs all this God bullshit? The belief in the unseen. It's not that. That's not what I'm asking you to tap into. I'm not asking you to tap into something that you can't see. I'm trying to get you to realize that you are here. You have been born, right? We can agree on that. You are wanted here. It is not by accident that you are here. You were incarnated in this lifetime. And it is likely that if you've come across my videos, you've had many lifetimes before. And all I'm doing is reminding you of some stuff, guys, that you maybe forgot along the way. The veil was pulled over your eyes. You stopped remembering the moment you came in. And now what you're trying to do is work through all of your karmic stuff to wake up out of it and see the true nature of reality in you. And the interrelativity of you and this said physical reality that we exist in now. So you wake out of it. You agree that you've been born, right? Because you're not here. You're not invisible. You can touch stuff, right? You can interact with the physical world, right? So you're born. You can influence, right? You can speak, I hope. You're not mute. and you can hear, I hope, that you're not deaf. So Jesus says, and if you have ears, let them hear. Get to the truth. Listen, keep an ear out for the truth. Because if you come across it, like, attention up, man. Like, focus on that shit. Oh my God, I heard it over there. I better fucking go there. Something sparks some interest. I gotta go. I gotta find it. Don't put it off. So, you've been incarnated. You're here. A lot of people wondering, what's my purpose? What am I supposed to do? Guys, your purpose is to wake up. It's really simple. I've said this before in previous videos, but you're born, you have power, and your job is to recognize your power. That's it. That's it. Okay, class dismissed. I can turn off the camera now, right? Class dismissed. That's it. That's the truth right there, guys. That's it. You're meant to wake up to your power. And then the next question that follows, I hope, is, well, how do I wake up to my power? Oh, because I can't just have that thought. I can't just realize that I'm supposed to wake up to my power. Well, what does that entail? What does my life start to look like if I'm looking to find this power that I am, the truth that I am? Because it's gonna transform your life, guys. You're gonna be in store for a lot of changes. What got you here? What got you to this place where you're feeling stuck? All of the events that led up to this moment, that stuff's gotta go. Because if you keep doing it, you're gonna stay in the same place, right? Like, it's very basic logic. If I keep doing the same thing, if I keep making the same mistakes, if I keep doing these things that I know I probably shouldn't be doing, sinning, ooh, sin, ooh, right? If I keep doing these things, I'm gonna keep ending up in the same place. So what do I have to change? What behavior do I have to change? What thought do I have to change? And it's not just thought, it's the entire construct of what your mind is. Understanding the fundamentals of what the mind is. Noticing what you are in relation to what your mind is. Okay? It's not just like, oh, it's the ego and I have to be aware of the ego. Yes, that's partially true. But there's so many different layers to this stuff. The ego is not all bad. It's not the devil. It's not the demon, whatever. Parts of it are, but parts of it aren't. And you have to learn to discern between what's real and what's not real. What is your true voice, your true mental voice? And what is the lie? And when you eliminate the lie, you find the truth by default. It's really easy. Somewhere when you were a kid, somewhere when you were a young adult, maybe even an adult, you learned that some aspect of you is no good. You filed that away because in that moment you were really scared, pain, suffering, whatever. And then you never tried again. You stopped pushing that boundary because you thought that that same negative outcome that happened that taught you that you're no good, that now gets superimposed onto every other aspect of your life without you even realizing it, acknowledging it, or knowing it. So it's like, it looks like you're a victim. It looks like you make yourself small. It looks like you don't have courage. It looks like you're anxious. It looks like you're depressed. It has many different manifestations, but the same core issue happening is I'm no good, also known as I'm not tapping into my truest power that I am. So what you're doing is you at some point bought into a lie that you are not the most infinite, most magnetic creature on the planet. We all are. We all have the same abilities. And you've bought into this idea that you're less than. You're like, I could never be as beautiful or as famous as this celebrity. And because of that, I'm nothing. You see, it's like a very binary way of thinking. You're like, because they're awesome, I'm by default not awesome. And that's what comparison is. That's what judging is. We're always doing this all the time, and we're not aware of it. And we believe these thoughts that we're having about all these different things. And honestly, 99.9% of them are all lies. Literally, lies. You're like, no, but Darius, it's truthful that like I'm less attractive than this like celebrity, objectively speaking. And it's like, yeah, man, but you don't get that there's like, if you curate the dialogue and the argument in a very specific way, yes, it can be true. But in the most grand, zoomed out version, no, it's not true. Because you are just as beautiful as me, and just as beautiful as everybody and everything. And that what we think is beautiful is just what we think, not the truth. And that applies to literally anything. Not just beauty standards, it applies to like ideas and beliefs that we think are true versus not true, morals and ethics, philosophies that we think are true versus not true. And when you zoom out far enough, there's only a handful of core truths. And everything else is just lies built on top of lies. And when you start pulling away, it's like Jenga. When you start pulling away a few of the lies, the whole fucking house of lies, house of cards comes tumbling down. And what you have to do, the whole exercise, the whole thing that I'm getting at with talking about this on end for like, however many hours and videos, is that once you start seeing some of them, once you notice a couple, it very quickly becomes like, oh man, if this is true, then this must be true. And then if this is true, then this must be true too. And then like now very, very rapidly, the mental landscape in yourself starts changing and the you that you are starts coming up and sprouting out of it. And you're like, oh my God, I feel so much lighter now because I'm not buying into all of these bullshit lies anymore. And now I'm me. Oh man, I've been like shrouded in darkness for so long. I've been kept small by these little lies and this evil negativity that that I'm feeding myself every day, every moment. I'm feeding myself over and over again, this negativity, making myself small. And what that negativity, its worst fear is for you to tap into the most magnificent amazingness that you are. Because then you're going to see through the entire illusion, not just a couple little segments. That couple little segments that you see past now starts expanding and expanding because you're stepping more and more into it. Because this joy that now you naturally just embody is like infectious, and everything around you starts smiling more. You're happy. People, for some reason around you, are happier towards you. Or when people are nasty, you just kind of shrug it off and you don't care because you just know that like it's not truly affecting you. No one's external state of being impacts mine. Like subconsciously, unconsciously, it does. It's always intermingling. But I have the barrier, I have the force field of delusion. Right? I'm just happy. I don't let other people's shit bother me. I really don't. I don't it does not mean that I'm not compassionate and that I don't feel and like try to empathize and be considerate. But at the same time, if you're going to be a dick, it's not going to like directly impact my state of being. I'm not going to get all butthurt over it. Once upon a time, I used to be that way. Very sensitive and like, oh. But when I stepped into my true power and I rooted myself in it, it's unwavering. I'm like rooted in it. You can't push me off it. No matter how negative and nasty you want to be, I'll just like, whatever. That's true power, man. To not let the external reality impact your internal state of being. That's the true mastery. That's the true power. That's where everyone needs to end up. Because then now you're just like this autonomous, powerful being that's interacting with other, hopefully powerful, autonomous beings that are now co-creating in the world together out of love, instead of trying to manipulate and get one up on the other to accumulate more of some extra bullshit that we really don't need.